the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, and verse 3, NLT. Don't be fooled by what they say, for that day will not come until there be a great rebellion against God Yahweh, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the one who brings destruction. He will exalt himself and deny everything that people call God and every object of worship. He will even sit in the temple of God, claiming that he himself is God. Don't you remember that I told you about all this when I was with you? And you know what is holding him back. For he can be revealed only when his time comes. For this lawlessness is already at work secretly, and it will remain secret until the one who was holding it back steps out of the way. Then the man of lawlessness will be revealed. But the Lord Yahweh will kill him with the breath of his mouth and destroy him by the splendor of his coming. This man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and lying wonders. He will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction, because they refuse to love and accept the truth that will save them. So God Yahweh will cause them to be greatly deceived, and they will believe these lies. Then they will be condemned for enjoying evil rather than believing the truth. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem HaShai, Bahar Kakadash. The honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that scattered abroad amongst the heathen, something like the heathen. Against 144,000, preacher teachers the prophet Shalom. Now I'm watching this video right here. The sun is live, so I caught it halfway. But as you see, Donald Trump hosts Making Health Technology Great Again event. Now, what we just read in 2 Thessalonians 2 is going into how the 2/3 of our people are going to be greatly deceived. And they're going to be deceived with this technology because it's going to be presented to you as a benefit. Okay? It's going to help you. It's going to aid you. Now, check out, listen to what this woman said. She appears to be an Issachar, right? From the tribe of Issachar. Check out what she said. She gave her story about her daughter was sick. And thanks to AI and technology, her daughter's now safe. Was going to be safe. And this is the same thing Esau was going to do. All right? People are going to be greatly deceived. Mainly the 2/3 of Israel. Okay? So in the scripture where it says his counterfeit signs and powers and lying wonders, hey, it also says that he shall deceive the earth and them that dwell therein. You see how? Because it's going to be painted as what? It's the best thing since sliced bread, man. Check this out.
You can order groceries and have them delivered in.
Let's rewind it a little bit. I want her to start.
Let me introduce Amy Gleason. She is acting director of DOGE, the U.S. Digital
So you
Services.
see why they got this man right here, Dr. Oz. So you see all these technocrats that they got up in there, and Dr. Oz and all them working hand in hand, man. All this is going and it's coinciding with one another, man. All right, check this out.
Well, and was actually the brilliant woman who pulled together.
Sorry for it being low. They talking low. Just the sun record low when it's live, but hopefully you can hear it.
Pieces of this puzzle with so many members of the audience. Amy Gleason.
Now listen to her. Oh damn, my fault. She like an Edomite.
Good afternoon.
So damn fat you can't hardly tell. Yeah, she appears to be an Edomite. Yeah. Damn. No nigga don't need no glasses. Shit.
I would like to thank President Trump for his leadership in this area, and Secretary Kennedy and Administrator Oz for driving this work with clarity and urgency. I would also like to thank my colleagues who have been instrumental to this. We worked a lot of late nights and hard times on this, and it would not have been possible without them. I want to start today with my daughter Morgan, who's here in the audience. If you please stand up. I'm so inspired and energized by your strength every day. And we also have two other patients here, Randy and Tom, who have been very inspiring. Thank you for being here today. You're why this all matters. Let me start talking about my daughter's history. So 15 years ago, she was diagnosed with a rare disease. She was 11 years old when she started showing mysterious symptoms. Over the last year and a half after that, she saw the country's best doctors, but she still continued to get worse. At some point, she couldn't stand up off the floor or walk up the stairs, and we still had no answers. I carried a binder of paper records to every doctor's appointment so that I could keep them aligned. And I truly believe that if one of those doctors had been able to see her whole history, they would have diagnosed her faster. And if we had just had today's AI, then they could have connected the dots that the humans missed.
You hear that? If they would have had AI back then, they could have connected the dots that the humans missed. Let's keep going.
Today, Morgan takes 21 pills a day, gets 2 infusions a month, and has over 40 patient portals. Her disease is very rare, but her experience is very common. And that is what we're here to fix today. Too many patients are forced to remember all the doctors that they've been to and log into portal after portal, repeating their story at every visit, and they don't have the digital tools to help them stay well. Meanwhile, every other part of our life is digital. I can order groceries and have them delivered in minutes. I get personalized recommendations on my other apps. But in healthcare, we still see it on paper and manual situations. But today, thanks to President Trump, we're changing that. Over 15 years, we've tried to regulate our way to a better outcome. And we have gotten a path forward, but they have not delivered the modern healthcare experience that Americans expect and deserve. I'm so proud today that these 60 companies have voluntarily stepped forward to make a pledge to take action and to join us to say, we're ready. Let's fix this. We're in. We're trying something different. It's not regulation or rulemaking. This is a voluntary alignment around a shared vision, a commitment to work across boundaries, across competitors, and across silos. We're bringing together data sharing networks, electronic medical records, doctors, health systems, payers, and app developers. And we're asking one simple question. What can we do right now to make this work for patients? The companies pledging today are agreeing to collaborate, even with their direct competitors, because they know we can't keep kicking the can down the road. We have to stop talking about data interoperability and make the data flow. Here's something important. Not all patients will want these tools. Some will rely on their caregivers, and others will rely on their doctors, so they don't have to carry it themselves. But no matter how...
Hold on, y'all. Let me pause. I got to delete some information. But what she's going into is this technology, the wearables that they were talking about. All right. Remember the wearables JFK Jr. was talking about? When you catch the early part of the video, I'm gonna try to find it and play it at the end. But that's what she's going into, the wearables. But we know it's gonna lead to the MOTB. All right, which is for your convenience. But hold on, let me delete some of this information on this phone. All right, y'all, we back. Sorry about that.
It themselves. But no matter how people engage, we must make sure it works for everyone. CMS is doing its part. We're clearing the path for innovation by building the long overdue National Provider Directory, a kind of digital map for healthcare that connects systems in real time and helps patients get more coordinated care. We're also modernizing Medicare.gov to feel more seamless and smart like other apps we use. But the government can't do this and shouldn't do it alone. These tools we need to make daily decisions must come from the private sector, and that's why this is so important. So let me tell you what this might look like after our collaborative effort. So Morgan, in 6 months from now, might show up to her doctor's appointment. Instead of filling out a clipboard with her 21 medications, 12 doctors, and her entire medical history, she can just pull out her phone and tap or scan a QR code and seamlessly transfer her digital insurance card, her verified medical record, and a digital summary that could help her provider get up to speed faster. We call this kill the clipboard, as President Trump said. After the visit, Morgan opens her AI assistant, a tool that she has authorized to access her records, and asks, what did the doctor say today? What did these results mean? What should I watch for now? And the assistant responds using her actual health history, explains her care plan in plain language, helps her track her symptoms, and even schedules follow-up visits if she needs them. And lastly, she has a new favorite app that helps her manage her chronic conditions. Because for years, Morgan has said what other patients say, I only see a doctor a few days a year, but I live with this disease every day. Today, we're starting with apps that can support patients 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world. They don't replace doctors, they just fill in the gap between visits so that care is continuous and not episodic. So what makes this effort different? Today we have all these apps that want to provide these services, but they can't get the data because it is so hard for patients to access their records. But today we have 18 network companies who are here pledging to fix the infrastructure that makes this possible. They're doing this through modern data sharing networks that removes the burden on patients and providers and makes it available in real time using modern identity, just like when you check in at the airport. These honor patient privacy and transparency, and most importantly, it's a movement to work together to remove the friction that's holding us back. Because access to information shouldn't be a luxury, it should be a standard. So for all the Morgans out there, come join this movement with us at cms.gov. Let's kill the clipboard and axe the facts. Let's help make health tech great again. Or in this case, maybe it's for the first time. Thank you, President Trump.
You see that? It's all about this technology, man, convenience. Now let me pause it and I'm gonna try to find when they was talking about everything that it was gonna be able to do. Which we know, we brought it out, but hey, I still want to put it in the video so you will know exactly, tie everything up in one video. All right, cause see, we can't forget this stuff, man. Hold on, real quick. All right, let's let Trump speak for a little bit. It's gonna roll into it.
For decades, America's healthcare networks have been overdue for a high-tech upgrade, and that's what we're doing. The existing systems are often slow, costly, and incompatible with one another. But with today's announcement, we take a major step to bring healthcare into the digital age, something that is absolutely vital. You got to do it. Moving from clipboards and fax machines into a new era of convenience, profitability, and speed, and frankly, better health for people. Under the leadership of Administrator Oz, we're officially launching the CMS Digital Health Tech Ecosystem to give healthcare providers, insurers, and software companies the tools they need to empower Americans with a 21st century experience on health. The key breakthrough we've made is getting many of the biggest names in the healthcare and technology to agree to industry-wide standards for electronic medical records. All of those great companies that you just heard have gotten together with this group of very brilliant people. I don't know who's more brilliant, them or them. I don't know. Could be them. I hate to tell you. It could very well be them. But I don't know. I'm going to take my team. But the key breakthrough we've made is getting many of the biggest names in healthcare and technology to agree to that those standards of electronic medical records that we talk about and you've heard about for so many years, and now it's happening. This will allow patients to easily transmit information from one doctor to another, even if they're different networks and using different record-keeping systems. No matter what system they use, they're all transferable. The new standards will also make it simple for patients to access their own personal health records. I don't want to see mine, please. I don't want to see. I don't know about you. They have all sorts of things, sir. They can tell you exactly what your problem is going to be in 6 years. We can do it. They have all these different things. I don't know if they work or not, but I didn't want to hear it.
You hear that?
I didn't want to hear it. If I got a problem, I don't want to know about it right now.
Y'all hear that? They said they could tell you what's going to be wrong with you in 6 years.
But it is amazing what they're doing. I don't know. Does it actually work? Can they do that? All right. Well, then I'm glad I said I don't want to know. But thanks to this announcement, healthcare providers across the country will also finally be able to kill the clipboard. It's an expression that's used, with a capital C, kill the clipboard. Instead of filling out the same tedious paperwork at every medical appointment, patients will simply be able to grant their doctors access to their records at the push of a button. Just a button and you're all set, and all the information the doctor needs will be immediately transmitted. The system will be entirely opt-in, and there will be no centralized government-run database, which everyone is always concerned about. I'm less concerned than anybody. I say whatever it is, but people are very, very concerned about the personal records. They want to keep them very quiet, and that's their choice. I think it's a great thing because it'll be absolutely quiet. Instead, doctors and patients will always remain in control. The benefits to millions of Americans will be enormous. We will save time, we'll save money, and most importantly, we'll save lives. It's just going to make people live longer and be a lot healthier. I think that's really what you're looking to do.
You hear all that? You hear all that? I remember he said, hey, everything will be accessible with one push of a button. But now, that's the start of this digital system. All right? But soon it's going to be a one scan of your forehead or your hand. That's what it's going to lead to. All right? It's gradualism. Remember, he cause of all. The word cause goes into prepare. It also goes into constitute, meaning to make law. All right? So we'll get that scripture at the end, that Revelation 13:16 on down.
And now I'd like to ask Secretary Kennedy to say a few words, followed by David Sachs, Dr. Oz, and Amy Gleason. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, now I'm gonna fast forward. I'm gonna find a part where JFK was talking about what it does, what it do. Shit, y'all know what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna start it here. He's going into the convenience of having your medical records accessible on hand by you yourself. And he's going into how they looked at Indonesia for this. All right, because they got apps and things like that, this type of technology going on, and each individual over there in Indonesia has this app and this accessibility. All right, and he's going to say, I believe in 6 months, everyone in America is going to have that accessibility, something like that. Don't quote me on, I forgot what he said. He said so much because his voice irritating shit. But I'm a player, and like I said, it's going into the convenience, okay, and what this technology is able to do based upon how it works in Indonesia. It was just only shows you that everything Esau does, he copies. He's not an originator of anything but wickedness, all right? Let's let this play.
A couple of...
Or should I say, he's the first murderer, okay, going back to Cain.
About 3 weeks ago,
and then lied about it.
I met with the Indonesian health minister. And Indonesia today is regarded as the highest flourishing nation on earth. Since 1990, it has increased the lifespan of its women by 8 years, of its men by 9 years. There's no country that has a record like that. There are two major innovations that allowed them to achieve that extraordinary outcome. And one of those was to disincentivize people from eating processed foods. So you are paid not to eat processed foods, and you are penalized for eating processed foods. The other innovation that really transformed Indonesia
going into that carbon footprint
was allowing people control of their individual health records. He showed me the app that they use that everybody in Indonesia has. And it shows your height, your weight, your blood type, your BMI, your cardiac markers, your diabetes markers, your cholesterol, and any kind of individualized treatments that you had. So if you go to a doctor in another town, he doesn't do what we have to do here, which is to sit there with a clipboard and a fax machine in order to get your health records. It's available, and it allows them to give better treatment, but it also allows you to make better choices over your life. And there's other apps like Yaka in Indonesia that allow you to choose good foods when you go to the grocery store. So you can turn your app on your phone, and you can get full information about those foods. Well, now, if you have your medical records, you can get personalized advice. And that app will also give you advice about a better alternative. So we're going to be able to, Dr. Oz and I met with the former Prime Minister Rudd of Australia just before
just after the election during the transition phase.
You hear all of that? He said, so you're going to have an app and you're going to be able to turn it on at the grocery store so you can get a better alternative for foods. Well, all you got to do is just learn how to read food labels and just look up foods, man. Knowing and understanding that all this food is poison, man. All right? If it got more than 3 to 4, maybe 5 ingredients, if it has more than that, then you already know it ain't no good. But that's why the food that we are allowed to eat according to the dietary law, we got to pray over it, man. Because hey, it's by the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shema Shai, the love and kindness of Yahweh Shema Shai, that we are not consumed. All right?
And he, after his retirement as prime minister, he ran a commission to reorganize the Australian health system, and they revolutionized it. They vastly improved health in Australia. And he said the single thing that he did that was most important to that transformation was the transparency that occurs when people control their own health records. Because it gives people the choice over their own health decisions and over their own lives, and it gives them a sense of responsibility and allows them to measure the interventions if they change their diet, if they change their exercise. It can show you how many steps you took today. It can tell you if your glucose is spiking. And all of that information will now be available to American citizens. 60 years ago today, we passed Medicaid and Medicare in this country. And we have 60 CEOs in this room of these extraordinary companies, some of which the president just mentioned, and have all agreed voluntarily to start sharing information. President Trump, during his first term, passed the interoperability rule. And it was intended to do this for 20 years. The federal government has been trying to do this. Everybody recognizes it's absolutely critical innovation for us advancing the health of American citizens, to give them responsibility and to give them control over their own healthcare choices. But unfortunately, you ran out of time the last time around. President Trump gave us instructions that he wanted this to happen within 6 months. We barely made it under the wire thanks to Dr. Oz's leadership.
You see that? 60 CEOs, 60 executives in six months. Hey, man, them are these numbers, man. Hey, they're a trip. Hey, 666. Hey, they're speaking in code.
And within 6 months, every American's going to be doing it thanks to the cooperation of the corporate leaders in this room.
See, and in 6 months, every American is going to be doing it. But this technology isn't new. They got the Fitbit and things of that nature. But you see, hey, that's enough, man. You see what it's going into and how they paint it as a convenience. All right? And all you got to do is stop being lazy, man. All right? Get your health right. All right? Start learning how to read labels. Stop eating all the damn time. All right? Knowing what's good and what's bad. Pray over your food. And stop taking everything for a joke. But us as a hopeful elect, we know what and what not to do by what the Holy Spirit. Revelation 13:16. And he caused of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And with this device, this in either hand or forehead, they're going to be able to scan you. And you're going to be able to know exactly what's going on with you. Okay? They're going to know exactly what's going on with you and be able to give you the answer once you link that to this digital system. All right? And that no man might bow or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of a beast. It is the number of a man, and his number is 603 And that's going into this digital system, man. All right? But I just wanted to hit this real quick through the spirit of prayer. Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom.